apprenticed to my cousin Dan Erlewine back in '69 is when we started that. And he was teaching me how to do repairs, but of course I couldn't really touch any customers' guitars. So what I would do, there were many pawn shops in the Detroit, Toledo, that area up there. So I'd just buy up busted guitars and fix them up. That way I could, you know, either make it or not. The first guitars I made were up in Ann Arbor. So that would have been 71, 72. In 70, I remember Dan and I made a guitar for Albert King, that one that he recorded with a lot, and I think I got to sand on the one we made for Jerry Garcia. That was a nice one. I have some pictures. I can show you those.
Now, some of the guitars you have here, I notice you have different styles of acoustics, different styles of electrics as well.
Right. These are, yeah, this is a basic dreadnought style that I made. And then this is a sort of a cutaway OM. Then this is the automatic design. It's a carved top, basically a Strat shape body, but a carved top construction like a Les Paul. What else here? And this is sort of well, it's definitely a Les Paul style with an old Epiphone style peg head, quilted mahogany, and a pretty quilt maple top, rosewood fingerboard.
Now, using both those, the electrics are maple guitars, right?
Yeah. And
now, what do you use wood-wise for the acoustics?
These right here are Indian rosewood back and sides with Sitka tops, Sitka spruce, but you know, mahogany or rosewood generally. I made one out of walnut one time.
How's the walnut? What does it sound like?
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't the best
sounding wood.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of acoustic wood that you don't see regularly used that you think is worth looking at as far as people making? Because that, well, you know, the spruce, excluding the Sitka at least for the time being, is harder to get.
Right.
And the mahogany, and there's also the issues of, you know, I mean.
Well, it's all changing. It's getting harder. Honduras mahogany forever was the standard mahogany for furniture and instrument making and just pattern making in general. And I don't think anybody ever thought that would dry up, but that's hard. That is now on the endangered list.
And it takes hundreds of years for the trees to grow.
Right, right.
But I guess rosewood grows faster.
Any of those really nice woods take a long time. So this is from a very famous tree. This guy found it up in the Mayan Mountains there, I guess near the border with Honduras. They discovered it, and you know, you can tell the quilt by the way you see it, the bark and everything. It just looks like it's bubbling. And they cut it down, but it was just too big a tree to move. It took them 15 years before they got big enough caterpillars up there to get the equipment to saw it and roll it down to a river, down to a mill. But when he got it finally, he had this network of people that he knew that were cabinet and guitar makers, and he just sent, it was an 8x10 glossy picture of just that, you know, with sizes of planks on the other side. So he just sort of ordered it